Imagine a world seen from the heavens. The year is not 2026. It is a time far older, yet it feels strangely familiar. Great pyramids of Giza, gleaming with smooth white limestone casing under a blazing sun. Pharaohs still rule from Thebes and Memphis. Royal barges glide, priests chant hymns to Ra. Hattusa rises, the great king sends clay decrees. Hittite chariots patrol the frontiers. Mycenaean looms, treasures of the Wanax, gold death masks, bronze swords, a world of palaces, of gods, of absolute kings. Around 1200 BC, our world collapsed. But in this one, the darkness never came. The thread of history was not cut. The great empires simply continued. To understand the world that continued, we must first remember the world that was lost. The late Bronze Age was a connected system. Trade, war, and diplomacy bound great kingdoms together. Then came droughts, failed harvests, and hunger. A storm of earthquakes rocked cities already strained. Mysterious sea peoples struck by sea, shattering the Hittites and battering Egypt. Trade collapsed. Without tin there was no bronze, no armies, no tools. The Hittites vanished. Mycenaean Greece fell into a dark age. Writing was forgotten. That collapse cleared the stage for Phoenicians, Israelites, Greeks, and Romans, the precondition for our world. In our alternate world, the storm never breaks. Seasons hold, harvests are plentiful, granaries remain full. The palace economy, collection and redistribution, stays secure. When raiders appear, strong navies meet them at sea, organized, ready. The invaders are crushed, some absorbed as mercenaries or slaves. With seas secure, trade keeps flowing, copper from Alashia, tin from the eastern mountains. Bronze weapons, armor, and tools keep the engine of empire running. Kings retain power, dynasties endure. The Bronze Age sails on, unaware of the abyss avoided. Without collapse, the great empires do not fall. They endure. Egypt remains a divine monarchy. The pharaoh is the living god, commander of armies. Hatti rules Anatolia and northern Syria through oaths and chariot power. The Mycenaean kingdoms coalesce, perhaps a federation, perhaps an empire under the Wanax. Power is hereditary, law is royal decree, citizenship never emerges. Egypt and Hatti balance each other. Marriages and tablets maintain an ancient Cold War. No Persians as we know them. No Alexander. Certainly no Roman Republic. Politics becomes the story of dynasties, not peoples. Technology follows the path of bronze. This copper-tin marvel only grows in importance. With trade intact, tin stays secure. Empires feel no pressure to seek alternatives. Bronze is strong, durable, easy to cast, and beautiful. The metal of gods and heroes. Royal armies shine. Elite charioteers decked in bronze scale. Infantry armed in gleam. Iron is known but scorned. Hard to work, prone to rust, fit for cheap tools or fringes. Palaces control bronze from pit to port. Empowering iron threatens their monopoly. Warfare and architecture iterate within bronze. Magnificent, but slow to change. Steel may emerge as an exotic novelty, adopted slowly, resisted by guilds and palaces. The Iron Age revolution never arrives. Instead, a long Bronze Age millennium. Innovation without upheaval. Society remains intensely hierarchical and static. The palace economy dominates. At the top, a god-king, priests, and warriors. Below, state-bound farmers, laborers, craftsmen. People pay in produce and labor, receiving rations and protection in return. Merchants serve the palace. An independent middle class never rises. One is born to a station and remains there. Stability is prized over mobility. Complex scripts keep literacy elite. Archives sealed. History is what the palace declares. Women run vast textile industries and households. A few wield influence as queens or high priestesses. Slavery remains fundamental. Captives and debtors labor for state and elite. The social order mirrors the seasons, predictable, orderly, and unchanging. In a world where empires never fell, the ancient gods never die. Amun-Ra, Isis, and Osiris reign through unbroken ritual across millennia. No classical Greece, no Socrates, Plato, or Aristotle. Intellectual life remains theological. Homeric epics persist as court tradition, not seeds of a new civilization. Monotheism finds little space. Imperial cults and tolerant polytheism smother radical change. Art, music, and literature praise gods and kings. Magnificent, deeply conservative. The old gods still rule, their shadows stretching across every life. The Great Green Sea remains a highway, not a barrier. Ships carry copper, tin, gold, amber, and fine pottery, linen, and carvings. Explorers range farther, Iberian and British tin, Red Sea coasts, perhaps the Indian Ocean. Caravans link Mediterranean, Mesopotamia, Persia, and the Indus, an early Silk Road. But ships and caravans carry disease. Without germ theory, plagues travel at the speed of commerce. A great pandemic could do what the sea peoples could not, cripple palace economies and kill millions. The web that feeds empires is also their greatest vulnerability. Nomads grow in number and skill, a constant pressure at the borders. United under a great leader, cavalry tactics could outmatch chariot armies. Neglected by empires, iron spreads among tribes, cheap, effective, dangerous. Within, weak kings, disputed thrones, and epidemics invite ambitious generals and uprisings. Climate remains a wild card. Future droughts or eruptions could stress the system again. These empires are ancient trees, deep-rooted, not immortal. The whispers of change never cease. Two broad paths unfold for this endless age. One, gradual evolution. Controlled iron, reformed armies, cautious private enterprise. Two, delayed but inevitable collapse. Plague, climate shock, and horse-borne war converge. Is the grandeur of eternal empire, along with its oppression, preferable to violent creative cycles of collapse and renewal? Share your thoughts below. Like and subscribe for more alternate worlds, because sometimes history changes not from what we build, but from what we lose.